Welcome to all to my lecture on design process and design metric for an embedded system. In the course Embedded Systems, I am Vanitha K, Assistant Professor, working in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at KSRCT. So now we are going to see the basic steps that are to be considered while you're designing your system. First one is abstraction. Each problem must be first abstracted. For example, when you take a robotic system, the problem abstraction may be in terms of controlling the arms and motors. Next, hardware architecture that are needed. There are the different layers of hardware and software architecture that must be understood well before your design. Extra functional properties, extra functionalities that are required in the system must be well understood before your design. Moreover, you will be having different versions of design. If you design further versions, so earlier design versions must be considered while you're designing your system. Next, modular design. There are different modules in your system, so each module must be decomposed into different modules before it is implemented. So each modules must be designed well and must ensure effective function independence, cohesion and coupling. Each modules must be clearly understood and maintain continuity. It must be we must follow some certain protection strategies while you design each module. For example, when you take your device driver, the protection of device driver modifying the configuration of another device must be restricted. There are different mapping, transform and transaction mapping. When you take an image as your input data to the system, where transform mapping of the image is done by appropriate compression. Transaction mapping is done to define sequence of images. When you take user interface design, there are different types of user interface. Say for an example, automatic chocolate vending machine system, where you need to display the welcome message through LCD, otherwise touchscreen GUI. We can also use voice UI. Finally, the design must be validated. The customer must validate the validation message language, screen logo, dialogues, wallpaper, etc. Before interface design can proceed to the implementation stage. Finally, the refinements. Each component module needs to be refined iteratively till it becomes the most appropriate design for implementation by the software team. Before your design process, we need to know about design metrics. Power dissipation, performance, process deadlines, user interface size, engineering cost, manufacturing cost are the different design metrics. Moreover, activities of software design during different software development processes, which includes model and requirements of the system, design of different data structures, interfaces and algorithms, implementation stage and testing stage. First of all, during design process, the abstraction of design process must be well understood. Maybe bottom-up approach, top-down approach. Top-down approach is the most favored approach. There are 5 levels of abstraction from the top level to the bottom level in the design process. First one is requirements, specification. The third one is architecture, components, finally in system integration. Requirements, we need to know about the complete clarity of the required purpose, inputs, outputs, functioning, design metrics and so on. Specification, clear specification of the customer expectation from the product must be well understood. Expected life cycle, specification, process specification and so on. When you take the architecture, which includes data flow graph, program, model, software and hardware architecture. Software architecture layer, which includes, there are 3 layers. First layer consists of architecture design, where how the different elements of data structures, databases, algorithms, process and data and program flow are to be organized. Second layer is the data design. What shall be the design of data structures, whether it is a tree-like structure or the design of components in the data. What will be the design of components in the data? Third layer, which includes interface design, where what shall be the interface to integrate the design. And the fourth one is hardware components, which includes processor, application specific processors, single purpose processors, memory, RAM, ROM, peripherals and devices which are connected internally, externally to the system, ports and buses in the system, power source or battery in the system. Finally, system integration. After designing each modules must be integrated to be function as an entire embedded system, so that it is called a system integration. Each component may function fine independently, but when it is integrated may not fulfill the design metrics. So each system must be made to function and validated. Appropriate tests are chosen. Debugging tools are also be used to correct erroneous functioning. Actions to be taken at each step of design process to meet the requirements are design analysis, steps for improvement to meet the specification, verification to meet the design metrics. So far we have seen the concepts of design process must be known by each embedded system designer, as well as design process steps in the software design process steps. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.